chairs are epic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Hey, what's up, New Zealand and world? Lucas Lawmans here at Kiwi Voice. We are sitting with Rob, Mike, Sally and Don, all running in the Christchurch local body elections. And we're going to have a bit of a yarn about what's been going on in the recent past, just recently. You'll all be aware, obviously, of what's been happening in the mainstream media, specifically on stuff.co.nz, the persistent hit pieces that are coming out, one after the other, candidates all across the country. And these lovely people here, we've got together for a bit of a conversation in terms of what they have been dealing with. We posted up a video the other day, obviously showing, I think it was Sally and Rob's hoardings being taken off the side of the road. We haven't heard any further information about that. I'm looking across the room here at one of Mike's with anti-vax nutter written on it, spray painted on it. So it's all sorts of stuff going on, team. So who wants to start? Tell us about what you've been dealing with during your campaign so far.
Well, can I just say firstly that the reason why the four of us, and I think I can speak for the four of us as to why we ran, was not to be representing any friendly group. It's all been about the people of Christchurch. Wanted to help the people of Christchurch, wanted to bring transparency, truth and integrity to the council because we feel it's lacking.
Yep.
And so we keep getting these things being said about us that we're anti-vax, and we're not. We're pro-choice.
Yes.
And also, our agenda is not to bring down local government. Our agenda is to strengthen local government.
Participate, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're here to actually, bring communication between
The public.
the public.
Yeah.
That's right, the public and council.
Yeah.
And actually bring some real transparency. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
No agendas from any other group.
Yeah.
Just from here, we're just doing it from the heart.
Yeah, 100%.
And concentrating on the grassroots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we can't change anything that comes down from government.
Yeah.
Or even in the council room, should we be lucky enough to get voted in,
Yeah.
we won to maybe 3 voices in the council table, but we can actually make a difference on the ground within our communities with various programs that can help them to be self-sufficient and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
That's what we're looking at.
So, Sally, you appeared fairly early on in stuff. Did you get any knocks on the door or anything like that, or phone calls? Or?
No knocks on the door, but I've had a lot of hate mail through my Facebook page, private messages.
Wow.
I've had a group of people who's been pretty much following me around my area, going into any business that has my sign up and just harassing them until they take it down.
Right. Wow.
It's really, really intense.
Yeah.
And so I've had about 5 different businesses which I've had to say, look, I understand. I never, ever would intend you to lose business. So I'd rather you take it down than get harassed. But it's really sad. Really, really sad.
That is really sad. What is the business's response been? Are they still supportive of you? But
50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, places that I've been to for years, become very cold instantly, and it's really sad because this smear campaign that's come out, I spoke to a reporter for no more than 5 minutes.
Yes.
They very much twisted what I said. I never confirmed that we were involved with VFF or was associated with VFF or funded, or which anyone who knows me would know it's actually quite the opposite.
Yeah.
We funded all our own campaigns, and to have them rip down, graffiti, it's so disrespectful.
Yes.
Yes, we're going out there to win, but we're not going around, we're not saying anything bad about other councillors, we're not, asking anyone to do anything to them.
Not
If
managing dirty
anything,
politics.
if you speak to any of the other people running, I think they'd tell you that we'd be nothing but supportive. And it's really sad to see what's happening.
The sad thing for me is that it doesn't really matter what clarification you get. Look, so I'm fairly open with my involvement, or if you call it involvement, my support of what Voices for Free to do in terms of the way they present information of the way they talk. And I was on a webinar of theirs last night, and they clarify it persistently that they haven't got the money to fund anyone.
Not us.
Yeah, exactly. But that doesn't seem to really matter so much in terms of the way things are being reported. So, what about yourself, Don? What have you been dealing with?
Yeah, I've had one stenciled as well. I was just saying to the others, also just recently I was just up in the far north there, and I see all these guys, that are running for council and all that. I've never seen one actually defaced or anything like that. And I think it just comes back to, respecting each other, being courtesy, and, there for the same purposes, which is about people and representing them. I think if you get back to those things where you respect them, the people that you're with, it's a common courtesy.
Yes.
Don't go out and deface and do things unlawful. That puts you in another category, another level of crime. Really.
Well, interference.
Interference.
Process. I will actually grab this over here just so that people can see. This is the kind of thing that we've been seeing around the city for these candidates, unfortunately. Obviously, it's not someone's taken the effort to take this down and actually stencil that on and then chuck it back up there. So
not just that, I'll just say a couple of things about this. So what they've actually done is they've a couple different things. So they've either taken a white paint, but it's not just a normal white paint. It seems to be a more expensive glue type paint that nothing will strip it.
Yeah, right.
And then half of them are like what you've just seen. Another half have a fluoro down first, and then a stencil over the top. But what they've been doing recently is actually taking them down from one property and then taking them wherever they are to alter them, and then putting them up on random people's property with no permission.
Right.
And so I just got a call this morning to say that my sign that got removed from Dyers Road the other day then appeared on the corner of Woodham and Kerrs Road, and the owner contacted me to say it appeared overnight and I had to go take it down.
So they're doing the double whammy there.
Well, for myself, three signs that I picked up. One of them within 500 metres of my home.
Yeah, right.
It's just, it's unbelievable. It really is.
What do you think, Mike, is driving such a strong feeling? I mean, we've seen, we've just mentioned, Don mentioned it before, but you see the odd people drawing mustaches or stupid hats on, on some of the Labour. That's always been the way, and that'll always be the way. Yeah. But for this specifically, targeted, hateful way of doing things, what do you think is driving such a strong feeling?
Well, you started off with that hateful. That's come from Stuff.
Yeah.
It's directly related to the Stuff articles.
Yeah.
And they keep repeating the same theories that they've got time and time again.
Yeah.
And that's spurring on people to come and do this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I sort of think, every time I see it, I think, oh, there's another one. They must be really scared of us. Afraid that we might get into council.
Yeah, which is bananas, because you're just people that have got a concern for for your community, and you just want to participate in the process. I keep saying that, participate in the process like any Kiwi can, and if they want to. So it's pretty full on. This stuff is obviously funded by your campaign, by yourself, friends and family, whatever it is that you do. So that must be a bit of a hit. We've got to replace them.
Well, can't use them again for another campaign in 3 years' time.
Well, even not so much even the corporates, but even a big billboard I had in the car park.
Yeah.
It was torn down from the side, so we glued it up again and all that.
Oh, goodness.
But once those things are damaged, it's really hard to replace.
Yeah.
And they're expensive.
Yes.
They're really expensive, and they've all been self-funded. It's really, really sad, and to me, people are now messing with democracy.
Yes.
That it's a democratic vote. If people like us, they'll vote for us. If they don't like us, they won't vote for us. Why do people feel they need to go around and change people's minds?
Yes.
It's just not right.
And that's where I would say I've been fairly strong on my criticism of Stuff specifically, and I agree with the statement you're making, interfering in a democratic process by doing what they're doing. So again, it's really, really disappointing to see that occurring.
What I have noticed though even though it sounds like we're having a bit of a complaint, and we are, but there's a lot of positives coming out of
Yes.
this.
Yep, absolutely. I was going to head down that path. You've got to do it. What are the positives you're seeing coming out of this?
Well, people are saying, emailing me saying, hey, your sign's been damaged. It's absolutely despicable. You've got my vote because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
we're
and
hearing
it's
that
happening
across
time again.
we're hearing it across the board.
Maybe we should thank them.
Yeah.
Giving you a chance to engage with community as well.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at how it started from one reporter
Yeah.
that, made judgment on us, and she's never met us.
Yes.
So you think, well, then all of a sudden it's a ripple effect and it's snowboard and everyone's got on board.
Yes.
But just from one, comment or one reporter putting out a bias or judgmental stuff.
As I've gone around communities, I speak to people as I'm handing out flyers and stuff. No one has actually referred to the articles.
Yeah. So and you're right. The old saying, all publicity is good publicity for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think probably what we should look to finish off on, unless you've got other points you want to cover off. Let's go through again. We'll start with you, Don. Where are you standing and why are you standing?
Well, so Dan Cross. Candidate for Coastal Ward. And the reason I'm doing it is for the future. For my family and their grandkids as well. But for everybody, and I think that everyone deserves to have a good place to live.
Yeah, 100%.
In the coast and in Canterbury itself.
For sure. Yeah, you Sally?
So Sally Cogle, I'm standing for the Linwood Ward. My reason for standing is I've just been observing council over the last few years, not happy with what's going on, and I'm of the mindset of I won't ask someone else to do something I'm not willing to do myself.
Yep.
And so I've stood up, I'm doing it for my kids, I'm doing it for my neighbourhood, for everyone. And we just want a positive change. Mental health is so out of control in our area. That's the first thing that needs to be looked at. Once you sort the mental health, everything else falls into place in my books. That's why I'm running.
Yep, awesome. And you, Mike?
Yeah, I really started looking into it when all those legislation came down from central government and taking the power away from council to actually run the Christchurch city, and that concerned me. And then when the council voted for those cycleways, which really annoyed me because so many people didn't want it. Most of the people didn't want it. They voted for it anyway, and that was a Labour-led influence.
Yes.
And that's what really pushed me over the edge. So I'm going to put my head in the ring. And I'll tell you what, I've actually come out of retirement for that. I was going to spend time with my grandkids. I was going to go for cruising around New Zealand with my camper van.
Fair enough, yeah.
But this is actually far more important.
Yeah.
I want to get back to helping the community.
Yeah, and a good example of that centralisation that I think we talked about in when I last interviewed you as well, is we've seen just something cropped in my mind, the intensification, housing intensification bill that they were, bill or whatever, that they were pushing through. It did get voted down, but it appears the Labour's going to push it through anyway with the majority in Parliament. So, and that's obviously, you've all indicated that's sort of the thing you're trying to avoid.
Or consultation.
Yes.
Consultation with the locals.
Bring the power back closer to the local people. Yeah. And what about yourself, Rob?
So I'm Rob Gray and I'm running for Headkit. So like Sally, the big issue for Christchurch is definitely mental health. From 2011 until now, we've had so many things that the city has gone through. We need a break, and mental health is a huge issue. I think we've spoken about before. The firemen are now going out and doing the job of our ambulance people when they're going out and dealing with the amount of people that are about suicide. The number one thing they're going to is suicide. What is it? Suicide.
Calls. Yeah.
Calls and that. So, I mean, this is a huge issue. So that is something I really want to campaign hard on. And I come from a background where I'm a group fitness instructor. I've worked in the mental health sector. I've run meetings to help people in a positive way to get through stuff that they've been dealing with. So I see this, I see mental health as a huge issue that we need to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. And just to clarify, because Mike didn't check it out, the Burwood Ward?
board, thank you.
Excellent.
Council and for community board.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
As all of us are.
All of us are.
Yeah, excellent. That's good. Yeah, all community board and for council. Yeah, that's cool. Anything else you wanted to cover off, Tim? You wanted to bring up while we're sitting in this lovely, lovely renovated room in this gorgeous character house?
I would actually like to bring up Phil Major's full page.
Yes, I was going to go there actually. Yes. Yep.
So it's all really lovely that he says that he's against party politics, but then he endorses 15 people in a full-page, advert. What's that? Is that a party of people that you're actually putting forward that you want to bring into council? And he's also said that they're not part of VFF.
Yes.
It's strange because I actually know of 2 people within that group that do have links to VFF. So what are you saying, Phil?
Yeah.
Do you actually know your people, or your people actually telling you the truth? But we're not going to throw those people under the bus by telling you who they are.
Yeah.
But that, it's something. It's a bit of dirty politics on our that we think anyway.
Well, and not just that. We're being accused of being funded and coached, etc. When that's actually happening on the other side of things.
Yes.
So it's a bit of projection going on.
Yeah.
I think potentially so. I actually brought that whole full-page article up to a number of different people from across the spectrum, notably in my workplace, and every person's had the same reaction. They're like, the fact that they're just doing it at all, forget the actual details, just the fact that he's published a full-page article saying, this is who I would have in council. It's like, well, hang on, mate, you haven't got elected at all yet, and what are you trying to achieve?
The thing I'm concerned with about that is he's actually never spoken to me, and so he's not put anyone in for Linwood.
Yep.
And he's, as a potential candidate for mayor, it concerns me that he's so easily led by the media and does no due diligence or discernment around it to see if it's even true, and just axes me out of it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Very interesting.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, everyone out there, it's as we've said multiple times on Kiwi Voice recently, as we focus on the local body elections at the moment. It's interesting times. I encourage absolutely everyone to get out there and vote. I will chuck in the description of this video links to the various websites where you can actually get voting information, candidate information, and also where you can monitor the number of votes that are coming in, etc. as well. It's all out there. That side of things is fairly transparent. We have got a Dunedin candidate that we're speaking to over the weekend. We're going to interview Carl Bromley, who is running for mayor. So we've had the wizard and now Carl. So we're going to focus on this right through till the 8th of October. Because we think it's important. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. Really appreciate hanging out with you again.
I'll just
Go
say
for it.
one thing.
Go for it. Yep.
The definition of insanity is voting for the same person over and over and expecting something different to happen.
Yes, that's an oldie party.
Same party,
Yeah, same party. Yeah.
But thanks very much for having us on your.
That's very appreciated.
Yeah, no problems at all. We're trying to get the voice out there in as unbiased way as possible. We do have our biases there in Kiwi Voice that we try and openly state, but no worries at all, team. That's us for now, team. Share this around, comment down below, get amongst the conversation, keep it respectful as per always. But for now, stay safe, stay free, and we'll see you again real soon. Awesome.